I want to call to order the Leitchfield City Council for the regular meeting, Tuesday, July the 5th, and all stand. And Billy Dallas will lead us in a pledge allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, it looks like Miss Lori has set us out a pretty short agenda, and we'll try to get right through that. We do have an executive session towards the end of it, and we'll try to make that not long as well. We'll follow the agenda. She's presented it. Approval of the special called meeting minutes of June 23rd, 2022. I've asked if you look over that, if you got any corrections or additions to do that, please tell us now. Otherwise, I'd entertain a motion to approve them. Second. Margie, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Approval and ratification of the bills. You got a copy of those as well. And Billy Dallas, did you look over them?
Yes, I did, Mayor.
Sir?
I'll make a motion to accept.
Okay.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We got visitors, and Sheila, we're going to vote on the planning and zoning recommendations right now. Did you want to say anything prior to us voting to that?
No, I just hope you stay with the planning commission.
I've been here 3 years. I've always recommended that we take the recommendation of the boards and committees to which we've appointed them to. That's what they're there for. And so this is like every other thing that we've done. I would make a recommendation to the council that we would approve the planning and zoning recommendation for 207 High Street.
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
And Mayor Tyler was going to be here, but he got called to the pool on his way here, so
Okay.
that way, if anybody had any questions, but he's not made it yet, so.
Okay.
Anyways,
I think
just wanted to let
everybody's
you know,
familiar with that.
he didn't run out on us, he just got called to the pool.
Well, he's got his hands full, I tell you that. Wesley, do you have the concrete bid for the next fiscal year?
Yeah, it should be in your packet also, different prices. We only have one bid. Mine's on the company right now, and I'm here to do it. And my recommendation is to accept the bid. And I'll hold up to
When you only got one bid, that's about our,
kind of stuff,
Yeah.
yeah.
regardless, so.
I'll move on the Public Works Director's recommendation.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Also, you've got salt bid
I
for,
do, last few years, we have been in a reverse auction with Cato. And what they do is they take a high bid, everybody starts bidding on it, and it comes down. Well, we received two bids this time. One was from Compass Minerals, and their bid was $146 a ton. And the other one was from Cargill, and it was $140 a ton.
I see.
So my recommendation is go with $140 from Cargill.
I'll make a motion.
I'll
Second.
second.
Jessica, second. All in favor?
Aye.
It went up quite a bit. We gave 103 for it this year.
That's what I was gonna ask. What did it go up?
From 103 to 140.
Gotcha.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
37.
last, I think we gave 7.
Do we have any left?
Yeah, we've still got probably 200 tons left, so. And we're not under any obligation to take this.
Okay, that's what I was going to
It's-
ask.
That's just guaranteed for us if we want. I understand.
You know, a year, and if we need it, fine. If we don't, it's fine.
Yes.
So if we get it in March next year, we run low, or if we don't use any, then I'll have to get it, so.
I noticed they're not doing any more work on that building down by the parking drive, the state.
No, not right now. We're still waiting, trying to figure something out, I think.
Okay, I hope that we can do something different there,
I
Wesley.
found a little place on the transfer station, and if they'll go with it, and I'll bring it to you all, and let you all.
You know, I talked to Kevin Henderson. The county owns a piece of property past the landfill going toward Young's Auto, about 7 acres down there, and it's got an entrance to it. And I suggested to Kevin that might be a good place for them, and he agreed. But you might could look at that.
Yeah.
Okay, approval of the financial statement for May 2022. It's in your packet.
So move.
Margie, second.
Second.
Second, Billy Dallas, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I want to ask you to make a motion for executive session, KRS 61.81011-B, Do I hear a motion for that?
I make a motion.
Okay. Second?
Second.
All in favor? Let's go to executive session.
All right.
entertain a motion to come back in regular session.
I'll make, move.
And Clayton second, all in favor? Early, give us a rundown of the important stuff that we discussed back there.
Okay. Some exciting news, the city currently owns some property on the bypass, property. And, there had been a prior vote to allow the mayor to do negotiations to possibly enter or sell that property. Those negotiations were successful, and we discussed that possible contract in executive session, and I believe the council's now going to take a vote on entering a sales contract for that bypass property for the potential of a hotel to be put on that property. And we'll just need to take a vote on it at this time. In total, the city would be receiving a total of $375 towards that property in the end.
Can I hear a motion to
I'll make
that?
a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I tell you what, this is just the first hurdle. We get 2 or 3 hurdles down the road, we're gonna really celebrate. But we're just tickled to death that at the possibility of getting a national chain hotel here.
And I did want to state on the record that, usually with sales of property, we do have to put those out for bid, but there's an exception with this property due to the economic gain it can bring to Leitchfield, taxes, jobs. It's an exciting project for Leitchfield, and so it does meet one of those exceptions where it doesn't have to be a normal bid process because of the economic gain to the community.
Earlene, I thank you for the work that you've done on this, and Joe Harris as well. It's such a pleasure when he's working with local attorneys that we got somebody right here at our doorstep. Thank you very much. Is there anything else? Okay, I'm on unfinished business. The East Main program is this weekend. The next weekend is a fiddling contest and fireworks. And I'm just tickled to death that we have hired for October the 7th a piano player that plays for Gaither, for Bill Gaither, and Gordon Moat. Some of his views have been viewed well over 100,000 times, and we got him coming up October the 7th. David Rowley, you got anything you want to tell us about?
I do. There's a couple of pieces of equipment that the police department would like to surplus. I think I put the paper there for you. The first one is a 1999 Chevy pickup that's currently being used by the animal shelter. Has 194,000 miles on it. They've been having some issues, and of course they recently replaced it. And we was just looking for permission to put that on Gov Deals and just let it go for whatever it brings. The other piece of equipment is a 2018 Homesteader Intrepid enclosed trailer that the police department owns. It was purchased in 2018, and just to be perfectly honest with you, the only time that we've ever used it was to move our stuff from the OPD down to the new PD. It's not equipped with anything inside, it's just a bare trailer. And Ilsa with tourism has expressed an interest in the trailer. And I looked up going prices for the trailer, and it looks like comparable trailers was going for about $4,000 a piece. And that's what I would recommend, if you all would accept that, to sell it to tourism for that price.
They made a motion and accepted it to do that, David. But can we do both of these in a single motion, Lori?
Yeah, I can incorporate them into one.
Yeah, can I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anything else going on with the PD that we need to know, David?
No, sir, everything's fine, as far as I know.
You're doing an excellent job, and you got a good staff.
Thank you.
Yeah, he said they.
West Shaw?
Yeah, I got one thing I was gonna ask you all about. We've had a couple of companies that express interest in buying our recycling that we actually do now, which right now we're doing what drops off only. We're still not doing curbside. The contract we have with A to Z is been up for a while, we just kept continuing it. But I'd like to see what y'all thought about rebidding that all, so we can sell it to a different company if they have a better price.
Successful bid, yeah.
So at least check it out anyway and see, but, we still have, we get quite a bit of drop off.
Well, it would be more when we promoted a little bit.
Yeah,
Well, I was gonna say, nobody knows.
yeah. But,
So right now, you're telling me you do drop off recycling at the recycling center?
yeah, we never stop doing it.
But we don't do curbside, but we do bring in. Anybody bring in.
They can bring it in, and we really like people not to bring mattresses and toilets and stuff like that. This past weekend, it was horrible.
It was horrible,
The
yeah.
whole outside of the gate was full yesterday.
It's a mess.
So, it would be nice if everybody could drop it off through our open hours, because we do have people that'll help them unload and can take care of stuff like that, but weekends is where it's bad. Sorry, but,
For appliances, you charge for appliances.
yes. Yes, and refrigerators especially, because they have free on them, and we each have to have it taken out. I think it's $25 charge for a refrigerator or air conditioner or something like that. I think, but anyway, I'd like to. at
I like
least
the idea.
possibly rebid this, so somebody, because I don't know, it depends on the prices of the day.
Yeah.
You know, if we can get more up for what we can get somewhere else, it would benefit us a lot.
Yeah.
What do you need, an okay?
Yeah.
it's okay to-
Make the
Okay.
motion.
I'll have to
Sure.
write up some specs on it to see.
I mean, do we need a motion for that, Eileen, or is it?
I don't think so.
No, I think maybe.
Just a blessing.
Yeah,
I think it's a good
Yeah.
idea.
A consent.
Go.
Anybody got any objection to it? Jessica, do you?
No.
Judy? Margie?
No, sir.
Clayton? Moon? Okay, good idea.
Thank you all. And once I find something out, I'll bring it back to you.
Okay.
That's all I've got.
I named it to some of you earlier, but when I came down here 3 years ago as mayor, there was a property out near the railroad tracks that water that flows through town and ends up on Mill Street, some of the walls were caving in. And I called the Corps of Engineers at that time, but then COVID came and that was the end of that. But now, recently I've re-talked to them and they're gonna be in town tomorrow. There'll be a group of them. They've allotted $100,000 to build preliminary research for what they could suggest to do. And they don't repair. They only suggest and draw up plans for it, but they said they will, if there's money needed through grants, they'll help us find it. So we're looking forward to meeting with them tomorrow. Okay, Earlene,
I don't know.
you sure? Lori?
The only thing I have is, I still have on there discussion of the amending the pay scale. Now that Earlene's back, her and I can work on that some more when she's in the office on Thursday. And then I just ask you all, if you would, keep Christy Booth in your prayers, please. They've got some medical issues going on, and I know she would appreciate that. Our trainee is doing really well in there. Granted that Christy's been out the majority of the time, but she's trying to make time to come in and help her and do phone calls and remote in on her computer. But if you all would, just keep Christy and her family in your prayers.
She's got her hands full. Ruby, you got anything you want to tell us? Tammy Salzman?
Just that, the night of the fireworks, Leitchfield Athletic Center will be open, so people can watch fireworks from the Athletic Center.
Good plan.
Can you be open like midnight swimming?
We don't really keep it open until midnight, but it'd be a spotlight night swim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it open 3 or 4 hours. I tell you, the last one, well, a couple of years ago, the last person went through and it took them an hour and 15 minutes to get it through line.
Yeah, we try to do
So
a
they had
double line.
45 minutes to swim.
Yeah, we do a double line.
Yeah.
It's a flat rate, and we can just, people are paying cash, we'll go through one line.
Right.
And the passage will go through another line, so we can get them in there faster. But the problem with keeping it open that late is now I'm going into overtime with the lifeguards and stuff
Understand.
like that, so.
How many lifeguards you got?
I will have 20 this week. I have 2 more coming in.
Anybody else got any questions of Parks and Recreation? There's Tyler there.
Tammy,
Hey, Tyler.
did you ever
I text you, but I don't know if you got it, did you?
I found a company where I could actually.
He's
order
been
the
swimming.
plates first.
Yeah.
Bless
I
his
just
heart.
have to see if somebody.
You been
that would be
swimming?
able to engrave them. Because they're like a coppery brass material. So that's my, I have to order.
What's gonna be on
I would
this
have
thing
to
this
order a
weekend?
bunch.
What, honey?
What's gonna be on these things?
Harold Miller
I
said.
haven't really had a chance to talk to T-shirt
You know
Express
what, they
about
don't
it, but I just found those during my COVID
And I
episode.
told him not to bring that.
But I did find them, T-Shirt Express was trying to help me find somebody that could do it.
Yeah.
They're going, from their company and shipping to us, their prices are ridiculous. So I'm still
I
working.
probably should think one time before, they were like 35.
Oh, they were gonna charge me a ridiculous amount because the sizes were odd. So that's what I'm running into is the size of the height and the width of that.
Anybody else got any questions for Tammy? Moonsmith? There's Tyler. Tyler, we voted to approve the planning and zoning no change on High Street earlier, and that went pretty smooth. You got anything else to say to the council? Okay. Thank you, Tyler. You doing?
Have something to say after 2 years.
No.
Oh, that's not good. Tyler, thank you. Real bad. Moon, you got any questions or suggestions? Clayton?
No, sir.
You sure?
Positive.
Margie?
No, sir.
No,
Moon?
sir.
Tootie?
No, sir.
Jessica?
Nope.
Billy Dallas?
No, sir.
I'd entertain it. I said, everybody go to East Main Market this weekend and next week's fiddling. The fire department's putting on a pancake breakfast next Saturday.
Does anybody else want to go to the chamber luncheon? I know Clayton told me
Chamber
last
lunch?
time.
I might go this.
Okay. And then on the back,
When
just
is
a
it?
reminder for the ones that do their McGregor filing yearly, you have 60 days to get that turned in, starting July 1st. So just make sure you get that turned in if you do the McGregor yearly.
And I hear a motion adjourned?
I-
Jess-
I'll second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.